In the last reading, we didn't finish chapter 21 of Boy Overboard, so let us go. So the ball had dropped down the side, and the boy who had tried to steal Jamal's ball went down overboard, over the dock to get it, and everyone's like going, "Oh my gosh, is he going to be okay?" "Help!" I scream as people mill around me. "There's a kid in the water." Nobody's listening. They're all too busy getting onto their boats. Bibi thumps a couple of people trying to get their attention, but they just ignore her. I look around wildly for a smuggler or a sailor or even a policeman. Nothing, just desperate people. There, on the deck, a man in yellow overalls. He looks like a sailor. He's got a long pole with a hook on the end, perfect for rescuing people. I grab Bibi and we claw our way through the crush of people and stumble onto the boat. "Quick!" I yell at the sailor, grabbing his overalls, trying to drag him towards the side. There's a kid in the water. The sailor doesn't seem to understand. I shake him. I yell louder. I grab the pole, and the sailor scowls at me. The sailor snatches it back, and he slaps me in the face. I stagger, stars in front of my eyes. Through them, I see Bibi kick the sailor. He knocks her down. She grabs his leg and bites it. He picks her up and flings her up and over her shoulder. "Bibi!" I croak. I try to get to her, but I'm too giddy and I'm still staggering towards them as the sailor throws Bibi over the side of the boat. "No!" I scream, staring down at the churning water. Bibi has vanished already. I drag myself up onto the railing and jump. The water wallops the breath out of me, and then I am under, eyes stinging, desperately trying to see her. Bubbles float around me in the greeny gold shafts from the sun, and the greeny grey shadows from the boat, and the greeny pink stars from the smack in the head. I try to kick my legs and move my arms, but the water feels heavier than sand and I am sinking. I look for Bibi. I shout silently to myself. Shapes everywhere, but just not Bibi. Just shadows, sinking, sinking, sinking. A face close to mine. It's her, eyes wide, cheeks bulging. I wrap my arms around her and I try and kick to get us both back up. No good, I can't kick hard enough. "Kick, Bibi, kick. Do your big kick." I can't hold on to her. My arms won't grip. She's gripping me. My chest hurts. I have to breathe in. "Bibi, hang on. I can see Australia." Ow! Something's hurting my back. Something is pulling us back up to the surface. "No, don't. The sunlight's too bright. The air's too cold. The rough metal I'm sliding over is hurting my knees." I can't breathe very well, but I can't see Australia anymore. I'm lying on the deck of the boat. I'm shaking all over. My lips are numb and salty and my knees hurt. Where's Bibi? I blink the water out of my eyes and look around frantically. There she is, on the deck next to me, coughing, gasping, swearing at the sailor in yellow overalls as he unhooks his hook from her clothes. He grins at me. I sick up seawater over his boots, and he grins even more. I grab Bibi and hold her so nobody will ever be able to take her away from me again. And then I close my eyes. I keep them closed for a long time. I want to go back to Australia. I saw it. Green soccer pitches and goalposts of solid gold and little stools for one-legged goalies to sit on. Me and Bibi winning the cup final for Dubbo Abattoirs United. I was there. Now I'm up here on this deck, shivering. I hug Bibi to warm her up. Somebody puts a coat over us. After a lot more shivering, I remember Mum and Dad. I jump up, get dizzy, grab somebody to stop falling over and stare around wildly. "Mum!" I yell. "Dad!" People are huddled all over the deck. I look at their faces. They look at me, some sympathetic, some scared. Some of the kids are crying. None of them are Mum or Dad, and Bibi is on her feet too, shaking my arm. Look, she yells, pointing to the other end of the dock. It's the other boat, the one that was tied up next to us. It's pulling away from shore and it's heading out to sea. People were sitting over that deck as well, except for two figures, standing at the back, searching frantically among the people around them. Mum, I screamed, Dad! Bibi just screams. Mum and Dad just turn and stare. Mum sees her and puts her hands to her mouth. Dad sees us and starts to climb over the railing at the back of their boat, but Mum pulls him back. Water froths and churns below him as their boat picks up speed. The gap between the two boats is wider than the soccer pitch. I stare at them helplessly. They stare at us helplessly. Sick panic churns and froths inside of me. Come back, I yell at the other boat. Please. I have to move fast. It's okay, I say to Bibi, who's getting hysterical. We can radio the other boat and to get them to turn back. She calms down a bit. I look for a smuggler to help us. I can't see any. They must be in the hut at the front of the boat, doing their pre-departure checklists on the radar and steering wheel and being on the radio. I grab Bibi and we start heading towards the front of the boat, jumping and weaving through the people sitting on the deck until someone blocks our way. It is the sailor in the yellow overalls. He's not grinning. Please, I beg, we're on the wrong boat. I need to tell the captain. Once we get onto that other boat, you'll never have to see us again. Either the sailor doesn't understand or he doesn't care, because all he does is spit onto the deck, almost hitting a woman and her baby. Bibi goes ballistic. You slime out of a lizard's bottom, she yells. People like you should not be allowed to work on boats. You are not even fit to work on buses. The sailor is starting to look as though he does understand, and his eyes narrow and he takes a step towards us. People scramble out of his way, and I can see from their faces that they are concerned for us. But they're also frightened. I don't blame them. When you've been bullied for years by a really mean government, you do not take risks. Well, most people don't. Bibi grabs up a rolled umbrella from a startled passenger and swings it at the sailor's head. I block the umbrella with my arm. It hurts, but I manage to grab Bibi and restrain her. I don't think I'm going to be able to restrain the sailor, though. He's coming for us, and we can't get away, and we are hemmed in by people. Stop that! An angry voice shouts from the front of the boat. A smuggler, a big man with hairy arms, is striding towards us. Get to work, the smuggler yells at the sailor. Prepare for departure and stand by to cast off. The sailor complains bitterly in another language, pointing at Bibi and waving his hands. I hang on to Bibi tight. The smuggler shouts at the sailor in his own language, and the sailor scowls and stamps away. You should fire him, says Bibi to the smuggler. Be quiet, snaps the smuggler. I put my hand over Bibi's mouth and try to look polite. Our family are on the other boat, I say to the smuggler. Please, you have to send them a radio message and get them back. If you can't see where they are, they'll be on your radar. We haven't got a radar, says the smuggler, or a radio. I stare at him. No radar? No radio? What sort of boat is this? Panic surges through me. We have to chase them down, I shout. Sit down, roars the smuggler. Be quiet or I'll throw you both off the boat myself. Several landmines go off inside me. I can feel Bibi struggling to get her mouth free, but I take a very deep breath and pull Bibi down to the deck. The smuggler gives us a hard look and walks away. Bibi's eyes are bulging with fury. I hold her tight and try to blink away my own tears. It's no good, I say to her. If we make them ever angry, we'll never get to Australia and we'll never see Mum and Dad again. We just have to be patient. I stare across the water. I can just see the other boat, tiny and almost out of sight. I turn away. Excuse me. A desert warrior could swim over there and grab the other boat's anchor chain in his teeth and swim back, dragging the other boat behind him. But I'm not a desert warrior. I'm just a kid trying to keep his family in one piece. After a few minutes, Bibi starts to cry, which relaxes her a bit. I don't want to be patient, she sobs. I want Mum and Dad. I know, I say. So do I, says a voice behind us. My parents are on that other boat too. I spin around. A wet figure with a mournful face is holding something out to me. I got our bull, says the boy from the camp. I stare at him, guilt flooding through me. I forgot all about him. Someone must have hooked him out of the water too. And he's got my bull. Thanks, I say, shifting over. There's a space here. I'm Omar, he says, sitting down. Bibi and I introduce ourselves. We're being patient, says Bibi, wiping her eyes, because we'll be in Australia soon and we'll see our parents there. Omar stares gloomily at the desert of water between us and Australia. If we're lucky, he says. And that is the end of chapter 23. So we read the remaining part of chapter 21, chapter 22 and 23, and the next reading will be chapters 24 and 25 and 26. So I hope you're really enjoying Boy Overboard by Gleitzman. It's actually one of my favorites. Thank you.